What's going on, Raiders? Tulum here, and today we're going to be opening up some Sacred Shards. That's right, we have the Path event for RAPHAEL's 5 red, and I do want that because RAPHAEL does kind of struggle without the reds because of that berserk buff going on him. That makes him take 50% more damage, so his survivability is a little low, but I'm going to get the 5 red, so if you're ready, let's get into it. But first, make sure you're clicking that download link or scanning the QR code to get Karato Fox Hunter. The second you start the game, an amazing legendary nuker. At level 10, you're going to be getting Tagore, an amazing epic support character. At level 20, you're going to be getting Fane, who's got some incredible turn meter steal, as well as some pretty crazy damage. And then at level 30, you're going to be getting Vergus, who's a defense-based champion, to help keep your other characters alive. And then this is super important. Day number 1 within the first 24 hours of making your Raid Shadow Legends account. Type in promo code Monkey King to get Sun Wukong, one of the best free legendaries they have ever given. And if you're on iOS, make sure you're clicking a different link in the description to type in any promo code. All right, we are going to be doing the Halloween path. So we are going to be taking the far left path. You see I have 2,800 coins right now. There you go, it's above my head. I do have 2,800 coins right now just because of farming Spider and stuff like that. I'll probably get a decent amount more from doing one of the tournaments that's going on right now as well for the event dungeon. So I'll be getting that because I want to get the Immortal Soulstone, start building up my reserves of that because obviously we blew all of those. Well, I didn't, but Mobile Gamer did. Blew all of those for RAPHAEL's unlock about a week ago, so I do want to go and do that as well, but I want to take the far left path here because I do want this legendary skill tome. Now, I could take the cheaper path here, and it is a decent amount cheaper to go down this little side route here because obviously it's 5,000 difference here, 2,500 difference here, but 500, so it's like 7,000 difference, so it's like 2 Sacred Shards almost. So it is a decent amount different, but I do want this legendary skill tome because those are always come in handy. Plus with Leonardo coming out relatively soon, I do want to have enough skill tomes to take him up right away, and right now I can't even remember how many I have. I have 4, so I'll have 5 after this event, which is pretty solid, but I want to make sure I can fully book Leonardo the second I get him. And the reason why I'm going for this is because I do have 53 Sacred Shards, so I know the thought process is Leonardo is going to be a path to event just like this where you got to open up Sacred Shards, whatever it is. So that's why I'm still going for this, because I do have 53 shards and I really don't see any conceivable way that I'm gonna need more than like 40 Sacred Shards to get Leo unlocked and get his 5 red as well. So that's why I am willing to go for this. I also have a decent amount of Ancient Shards as well, 115, which is pretty solid as well. Every 15 Ancient Shards counts for the same amount of points as 1 Sacred Shard. So technically I have like almost 8 Sacred Shard worth of points in Ancient Shards. So pretty solid nonetheless. I am going to be opening up probably like 15 Sacreds here to see if I can get all of my points and then see if I can get lucky. So let's do it. So I've got 53. I'm going to be ending at 38. And again, that's probably going to be enough to unlock Leonardo and get his red. So that's why I'm doing this. So we're going to do 15 of them. We'll be stopping at 38 because I'm at 53 right now. So let's do it. I've also got Hell Hades pulled up as well in case I got, oh, that's my music. Haha. That's other music. And then I've got Hell Hades pulled up in case I do get a champion that I want to see how they're ranked and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can get lucky. Let's get random lucky, right? 15 of these. I have no idea where I'm at for Mercy, honestly. I can't remember the last legendary I got from a Sacred, but hey, Farakin, nice. I always like Farakin. Farakin's awesome. I do have him. But the more the merrier, right? I do still need to do Faction Guardians, and then once I get enough of those, I can just get him and start empowering him, because he's definitely worth the empowerment. He is awesome, so that's very, very nice. Nothing wrong with that at all. Farakin's very, very solid. Fire Knight, obviously, with the attack all here. Very good pair with like Neldor, Rhyme Blade, stuff like that in the freezes for Fire Knight hard. Very nice there. I'll take it. Let's get the next one. Let's see, the number 2. Let's see. Another epic. Who do we got? Lodric Falconheart. I actually don't know this guy. He does not look great, though. Part of maybe Faction War, Sacred Order. Attacks one enemy, has a decreased attack, does get booked up to a 60% chance. Removes all debuffs from one ally, places ally protection, places shield buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 2-turn cooldown. That's interesting. That's actually not bad. I'm actually kind of curious what he's rated in Hell Hades now. A 2-turn shield on a 2-turn cooldown is pretty interesting. So that could be an okay pairing with like Titus if I don't have like, because I don't have Wixwell, right? I'm curious what his rating is. Do we not have ratings on Hell Hades anymore? That's fun and exciting. Is it just not loading? I'm confuzzled. Well, okay. I guess we don't have ratings on Hell Hades. That's cool. It's just not loading here. I don't know. Okay. Well, he's okay. He's not bad. He doesn't look terrible. Maybe Faction Wars, right? Sacred Order. So who knows? All right. Number 3. Let's get into it. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Can we get a legendary? Nope, we're going to get another epic. All right, Delver. I thought that was Whisper first. Oops. All right, Delver. Not too shabby, it looks like. Okay. A1, 100% heal reduction at a 60% chance when booked. We got a weaken for 3 turns if they have decreased defense as well. That's not bad. Can't be resisted. That's pretty solid, actually, if they have decreased defense. The a 3 4-turn cooldown, increased attack, decreased defense as well. Cool. It's only for this this champion, though, the increased attack. So not the best. Maybe in Faction Wars for Dark Elves, because I don't really have a Dark Elves damage dealer. So maybe that could end up working. So, all right, cool. This is number 4, I think. Yeah, this is number 4. I think that's number 4. I know how to count. Another epic. Okay, who do we got? Who do we got? This is a large person. All right, Siege Hulk. Really good in Faction Wars. Okay, I'll take it. Ogren Tribes as well. Nothing wrong with that. Attack-based character for Ogren. I do need that, so that's pretty awesome. Attacks one enemy, decreases the target's turn meter by 15% if the target is under decreased defense or decreased speed debuff. That's pretty cool. Okay, he's probably got both of those on his kit. He's got an increased attack buff on himself, then attacks all enemies. 4-turn cooldown, booked down to a 3-turn cooldown. Has a booked up 100% chance of a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. That's pretty solid as well. Nothing wrong with that. Then the A3 4-turn cooldown, booked down to a 3-turn cooldown. Places a increased crit rate and increased crit damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. Then attacks 1 enemy. Not too shabby. It also has a booked up 100% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff on a target for 2 turns. That's not terrible. That's not bad at all. We got the crit rate and Doom Tower battles, so I'll take it. Cool. Okay. Siege Hulk, I could use him. All right, so that was number 4. Let's do number 5 now. Let's see where we're at. Let's get a legendary, shall we? I don't know who you are. Old Hermit Jorg, you're not great, are you? Oh, actually, you're not terrible. Faction Wars, Orcs, okay. Attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing HP burn debuff for 2 turns. That's up to 40% chance, nothing wrong with that. Increased attack buff on all allies and fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. That's pretty solid. 3-turn cooldown when booked. That's not shabby. We got 7-turn cooldown, booked down to a 5-turn cooldown. I revives 2 random allies with 60% HP and then fills their turn meter by 40% and places Perfect Venom. That's pretty solid. I'll use him in Faction Wars. Okay, I'll take it. He's Faction Wars worthy. All right, so that was number 5. Let's go to number 6. We're already a third of the way done with it. Let's see what we got. Another epic. Good Lord have mercy. Shatterbones. You are garbage from what I remember. Yeah, not the best at all. All right, keep moving on. Another one. This is number 7, I believe. Let's keep it going. Man, we are not doing great on the legendaries, are we? Harlscroll, he's not terrible. He's actually pretty good in Faction Wars. We got Barbarians. Stun debuff at a 40% chance on the A1. 50% chance booked up to a 75% chance of a stun debuff. Decreases the turn meter of enemies under stun debuffs by 15%. And then removes all stun debuffs from all allies. Then places a 60% increased defense and increased resistance buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. Not too shabby. And then immune to stun debuffs. Increases the damage inflicted to all allies by 15% when attacking under a stun debuff. That's actually pretty good. So you can really tunnel somebody down with that stun and then the damage. So that's pretty cool. Okay. That was number 7. Let's go into number 8. Maybe we're just saving, we're just getting super deep into Mercy so that we can use it for later. Mordecai, great for Spider. And we could use it for like a buy one, get one free maybe for the Mercy. So maybe that'll be great. Really great for Spider. He's got HP burn. He's got decreasing turn meter and filling turn meter for all allies. He's very solid, actually. He's not bad in Faction Wars as well. 4.3, but yeah, he really shines in Spider. He also gets that increased accuracy as well. So that was 8. Let's do number 9 here. All right, we are making some good progress. No legendaries, though. But again, if we get like a buy one, get one free, that would be pretty awesome. But holy hell, I just got Tagore. That's awesome. I don't even think I have Tagore, if I'm not mistaken. He's nuts, especially in Faction Wars. He is so good. He's actually one of the best epics in the game. I will take that. A1 attacks one enemy 2 times, places a 60% increased defense. Buff for 2 turns on the ally with the lowest current HP. Damage based on attack. We've got charge can't 5-turn cooldown, book down to a 3-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies, places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Then heals all allies by 15% of this champion's max HP. Yes, that's very, very strong. 30% increased speed and a heal on an A2 is very nuts on a 3-turn cooldown. Then we have a 7-turn cooldown, booked down to a 5. Revives all dead allies with 30% HP. Also places a shield buff on all allies equal to on all allies for 2 turns equal to 20% of this champion's max HP. And then we get the passive here. Aid the Feeble, decreases the damage received by allies with 50% HP or less by 10%, which is very solid. He is so, so good. I actually don't think I had him before this either, which is nuts. So he is a Faction War staple for the Orcs faction. So he will absolutely be built as a tank healer, just absolutely nuts. He actually does some pretty good damage as well, some surprising damage, but you don't need him for that. You need him for the heals, the revives. He is absolutely amazing. All right, that was number 11. So we got number 2. Oh no, that was number 9. So this is number 10. Legendary. Who are you? Ignatius. I have no clue who this is. You are hot trash. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Attacks one enemy, has a 15% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. That's booked up to a 25% chance. Lord have mercy. Attacks all enemies, has a booked up 75% chance of placing provoke debuff for 1 turn on a booked down 4-turn cooldown. Oh, God, that's not good. Turn to Ash, 6-turn cooldown, booked down to a 5-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies, has a booked up 100% chance of placing a HP burn debuff for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted. Holy smokes, this guy is hot garbage, and I emphasis on hot, pun intended on hot. All right, well, that's 10 sacred shards down. We got 6 more to go, or 5 more to go. 5 more to go, that's right, 5 more to go. Maybe 6 more, I don't know. We'll see where I'm at, if I'm short or not. All right, well, that was trash. Soul Drinker, he's not the best, not great, though. Not terrible. Faction Wars 4.4, I'll take it, I guess. Decreases bomb. Yuck, I don't want bomb. Text, God, I hate bomb characters. Bomb characters are nothing crazy. Other than like Lady Annabelle, which she does good against the Bommel boss. She has nothing to do with bombs, but she is good against the Bommel boss. Places 2 bomb debuffs on an enemy that detonates. Gross. I don't want you. I want a good character that I can use. We got Tagore, but I want another good character that we can use. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Who are you? Sepulture Sentinel. You sound familiar. Yeah, you're actually not bad. Faction Wars, Demon Lord. Okay, nice Revenant. Attacks one enemy, has a booked up 60% chance of placing a decreased attack debuff for 2 turns on an A1. That's not terrible. We got a 5-turn cooldown, booked down to a 4-turn cooldown, increased defense, and block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. That's not terrible. Maybe a 3-turn cooldown. That'd be a lot better, but hey. Then we got the passive, which does get a lot of books as well. Untouched by Death has a booked up, wow, math is hard, 50% chance of completely blocking incoming damage when an ally is attacked. Occurs once per turn. Will only block damage for the target ally if multiple allies are attacked at the same time. So this is like AoE. I guess that's why she's good in Demon Lord. Okay, interesting. Nothing wrong with that. That's pretty okay. Maybe I can get some good use out of her. She's got some sick hair. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. All right, that was number, I think, 12. Yeah, that was number 12. So Sacred Shard number 13. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Another epic. Oh, no. Zalota. I don't know who you are. Faction Wars. Okay. Undead Horde in Faction Wars. I'll take it. Nothing wrong with that. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of putting a sleep debuff. That does go up to a 40% chance. Are you good in Sand Devil? Yeah, I'm guessing because of sleep on an A1. That's not bad. We got the A2. Armored Scales, 4-turn cooldown. Not booked down cooldown-wise. Places a shield buff on all allies equal to 20% of this champion's max HP for 3 turns. That's pretty solid. And a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. That's pretty solid, actually. And then Horrid Dreams, 6-turn cooldown, booked down to a 5-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a sleep. That does go up to a 75% chance when booked. And has a 75% chance against enemies under debuff, so it's a 100% chance on enemies under debuff. AoE sleep, not too shabby. I'll take that. That's pretty okay. Good controlling effects in undead hordes. Cool. Okay, I'll take it. Nothing wrong with that. Let's keep it moving. I think I only got 2 more to go, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll see. Let's see. Canonus, not terrible, not great though. Faction Wars, Sacred Order. Attacks 1 enemy, has a 50% chance of placing an increased attack. That goes up to 60% buff on a random ally for 2 turns. That's not the best. Blinding Assault, 4-turn cooldown, booked down to a 3-turn cooldown. Attacks 1 enemy, has an 80% chance, booked up to 100% chance of placing a big version of decreased accuracy and a leech debuff on the target for 2 turns. This attack is always critical. We like the leech debuff. That's pretty solid. Stalwart Guardian, 4-turn cooldown, booked down to a 2-turn cooldown. Places a 50% ally protection buff on the target for 2 turns. And a 60% increased defense buff on the target and on this champion for 2 turns. Also places a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. That's not bad for a 2-turn cooldown. Also, increased ally speed in faction crypts by 20%. So that's really solid just for the aura alone. Very good in faction wars. I'll take that. Let's open up 1 more and then see where we're at for the event. I might have to do 1 more after this. I can't remember though. All right. We got Spider. Are you good in Spider at least? No, you look like you're not that great. We do have ally speed in dungeons by 25%. Maybe decent there. Has a 50% chance of removing 1 buff from the target. Attacks all enemies, decrease the duration of all buffs by 1 turn. It has a 50% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. That's not terrible. Has a 60% chance of placing a 6% decrease defense debuff, booked up to 100% chance on all enemies for 2 turns. That's actually pretty solid. Has a 30% chance of placing a weaken. It's the small version of weaken though, and only for 1 turn. Never mind, I don't like that. All right, let's see where we're at for the event here. We have opened up 15 sacred shards here. Stop it with the packs. Let's see where we're at here. I don't think I have enough right now, but let's find out. If I wanted to go down the cheaper path here, I could absolutely do that and get it. But no, I want the Basalt. I want the Chaos Dust. I want the Legendary Skill Tome. And I am short 1 more Sacred Shard. So I will open up 1 more and I'll have 37 left over. So I'm okay with that. Let's open it up. Last one and we'll see what we get here. And another epic, but it is Urticata. I don't know who you are. You're trash is what you are. Ally speed in all battles, not terrible. Attacks 1 enemy, poison debuff. It does go up to a 50% chance when booked. Attacks 1 enemy, triple hitter. I guess that's why she's decent. Fire Knight, placing poison sensitivity. Oh no. Well, Hex. Hex is okay. 4 times at random. Each hit has a 50% chance, not booked up, placing Hex on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Whenever either this champion or ally lands a critical hit on an enemy under Hex, has a 10% chance, booked up to a 25% chance, placing a 5% poison debuff on the enemy for 1 turn. That's interesting, but I feel like the rest of the kit is so lackluster that that's not very helpful at all, so Okay, well, we got Raphael to 5 red, so I will take it. I am curious to see who or what we're going to be putting the blessing on. So let's actually go look at that. Raphael. Let's see what blessing we're gonna put on Raphael here. Is Raphael a PH and I'm an idiot? It is, isn't it? It's a PH and I'm an idiot. I've been spelling it Rafa in like Discord chats and stuff like that just because I'm too lazy to actually like type out Raphael, and I have just stuck with it's an F. Crushing Rend. Okay, cool. And then in Arena, Lightning Cage. But yeah, Crushing Rend. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense for Raphael. So I'm going to put that on him right now, actually. Let's go to here. Let's go to the Souls. Awaken. 5 red. So now I have 3 out of the 4 turtles at 5 red, which is pretty awesome. I am going to be obviously getting... Leonardo at 5 red as well. I will make sure I can do that at all costs. And he is now the top. Is he actually the top of my roster? No, he's not. No, he's not. Is he actually? Oh, no, he's not. He's just new. That's why. I was going to say, there's no way he's at the top of my roster. All right, so I do got to put a relic on him as well. He will be the last one that I book as well, so I will end up putting that on him. But so, Crushing Rend, each round, a number of this champion's hits will ignore a percentage of the target's defense. The percentage of ignore defense depends on the level of the target. So we're getting all the way here. So we get HP, attack, obviously defense, HP. The crit damage is really important. We don't need accuracy or anything like that on him, but the crit damage is really important on the 4 red. So that's very, very important. Percentage of the target's defense. It just says the percentage of the target's defense. We'll ignore 1% defense for each 25 levels. And then the 6 would give 1% defense for each 10 levels. So that is really solid. But even in like bosses where you're going into level 350, that's still like 10% defense being ignored. So that's pretty, no, that's way more than 10. I'm stupid. That's 10. That's 14% defense being ignored. That's pretty solid. So yeah, Crushing Rend, I can definitely see Crushing Rend doing well. I got to figure out a good relic for him as well, but I got to do that off camera. But hey, not too shabby at all. Took him up. He's actually one of the highest now on my account, so that's pretty cool. He's my 3rd highest on the account now at 5 red. I do think that was worth it. I didn't get anybody good except for obviously Tagore was probably my best pull there, and then Sepulcher Sentinel wasn't too bad as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, make sure you're clicking that download link to get started off the best way possible in Raid Shadow Legends with my download link. That's right, 3 epics, 3 legendaries. Do it now. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, this has been Duelam. Later, Raiders.